to my spiritual tea channel. It's been a while since I uploaded. I'm still working on that part 2 of the twin flame proof video, but it's editing. I don't like editing, and my damn computer been acting up a lot. But I am going to restart a series that I started a long time ago, which is my Quora Q&As. So I got hundreds of questions that I be at, like, because I'm a spiritual advisor on Quora. I have hundreds of questions that I be asked on them, and I just don't answer them all the time because it's, like I said, hundreds of questions. But I got a few of them I wrote down, and I want to answer a few of them. So this is going to be the Quora Q&A number 1. But if you are interested in spirituality and you would like to ask the question, you would like to know more about something that's, and it don't even have to just be spirituality, metaphysical, science fiction, anything that's out of the ordinary you want to know more about, ask me on Quora. I will try to leave the link to all that in the description. Tess, thank you. I mean, not thank you. Hi, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, because it's going to be repurposed as an upload. But first question, what happens when you are always thinking about a specific person? Do they feel your energy? It depends on the person. This is like the baseline of telepathy. I always tell people, especially people who haven't really started their spiritual journey yet, if you feel like you walk in a room and you feel like somebody was talking about you, or if you're doing something and you hear someone's name, you're like, oh, that person must be talking about me, or you accidentally say someone's name, oh, that person must be talking about me. That's because you are picking up on that energy. You are just not completely aware of that yet. So the question, what happens when you are always thinking about a specific person? Do they feel your energy? If you're thinking about them enough, and if that person is empathic enough, they definitely will pick up on your energy. Me being an empath, when people think about me a lot, people look at a video that I posted or look at a post that I posted, I pick up on that energy. So it all depends on the person that the energy is being sent to. If they are aware of energy and how it works, then definitely they will feel you. But if they are not, they won't. They will probably think of you, but they don't know why they're thinking of you. So yeah, baseline of telepathy, basically practice your intuition so that you can be able to communicate telepathically. So with that being said, I'm basically telling you, how do I put this? Like those moments, like I said, if you walk in a room and you feel like somebody is talking about you, try to investigate the situation. You don't really have to ask questions, but look further into the situation. Don't just chalk it up as a coincidence. Because if you are on your spiritual journey, you will probably come to learn that there is no such thing as coincidences at all. I'm so serious. Like, not even a little bit. But I'm going to leave that question there. I hope I answered that the right way. But yeah. Next question. Can you share your understanding of psychic abilities that come with spiritual advancement? When you first start your spiritual awakening, it's just like you have your intuition, you have that gut feeling, and that is the beginning stages of psychic abilities. You just feel something isn't right, or you feel someone is doing this, or you feel someone is doing that. But as you grow on your spiritual journey and within your abilities, you start to gain more abilities. So it's just more than feeling something. Now you can read energy. Now, that was a sign. Now you can feel energy. Now you have, like, okay, I don't know all the clairs, but clairaudience, claircognizance, it's one, clairaudience, it's some shit like that. But able to, like, psychic tasting. You get these abilities over time as you continuously practice and strengthen the abilities that you already have. So as you grow as you grow on your spiritual journey, you will unlock more abilities and you basically upgrade. How do psychics interact with the spiritual world to provide readings and advice? Interesting, because okay, a tarot reader, they don't really connect. I'm talking shit a little bit because I'm talking down on tarot readers, just people who read tarot. They aren't psychic, they just read tarot. So those people, they pick up energy. They don't really pick up on energy. They just, okay, cards, tell me something. They rely on the cards to tell them what they need to know. But psychics are connected to the spiritual realm, meaning they are connected to ghosts, spirits, God, angels, all that type of stuff. So that is the way that psychics get their messages. They can hear things in the spiritual realm. They can pick up on energy from the spiritual realm. They can feel stuff from the spiritual realm. You have like friends and family that passed over. You can hear them speak to you through the spiritual realm. So certain psychic mediums, they pick up on energy as well as use their cards. So if you are truly tapped into that energy, you ask a question like, let's see. Give me general messages for those in the chat. General message. The moon. Important psychic insights. Events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. So this is basically the energy of this live stream. Important psychic insights. Me teaching you about spirituality, about psychic abilities and stuff. Events behind the scenes. Events behind the scenes is giving more like underground type of information. This is not normal information that people normally share. Release fears that hold you back is basically saying that this is the information that I provide. People tend to be scared of it or nervous about it because it's not normal. But release those fears because those fears keep you from learning more. I had to do that at the beginning of my awakening. But you just have to learn how to, it all starts with strengthening your intuition. Once you like really listen to your intuition, then you'll be able to do more within more spiritual practices. I hope that made sense. I feel like I just rambled a lot. But the next question, do ghosts exist? If so, is it possible for them to possess someone without the person knowing? Ghosts 100% absolutely does exist. I explain this every time, and I'm going to keep doing it because I don't see why it's not clicking to some people. I'm not like, this is not me being angry, but I just don't see why this is not a widespread knowledge by now. Energy is everything. Everything is energy. People who don't believe in God, they believe in energy. Your energy is your consciousness. Your consciousness is your spirit. Your spirit is your soul. The same thing goes for a ghost. So I tell everybody that's trying to get on this spiritual journey and they're scared of ghosts. If you're scared of ghosts, you're scared of yourself because a ghost is nothing but a you. Like you have a spirit, you have a consciousness inside of your body. A ghost just don't have a body anymore. It's the same thing. So why be scared of a ghost if you are technically a ghost with a body? So yes, ghosts are real. What a question at? Is it possible for them to possess someone without the person knowing? Yes, it is, and this is why I talk about getting your addictions in order and getting your addictions in check. Even now, when I smoke weed and I get too high, I feel like certain energies trying to, they don't now, but certain energies will try to come at me and try to influence my thinking, influence my mind. And I know this is not my energy. These are energies trying to possess my energy. So, it's possible for ghosts to possess people without knowing because I'm highly intuitive. I know when something is trying to distort my energy or possess my energy. But people who aren't spiritual, people who aren't that empathic, they won't know. There are a few people in my family, I've told them, like, if you gonna get high, if you gonna do this, like, make sure you're protected. Make sure, like, one of my main things is your room, the place where you sleep, it always needs to be high vibrational. So if you want to get high as fuck in your room, you won't have the issue with a ghost trying to possess you because the energy within that room, it's sealed off and it's high vibrational energy. So the only energies coming at you is positive, higher vibrational energies. When you are under the influence, it's easier for spirits to possess you. That's why I said that. I guess I needed to add that there too. But it's very common. A lot of people on this earth now don't realize they are possessed. I use the word body snatch because they go from behaving like their normal self and then they just turn into this totally different person. And normally you'll notice this or you pick up on this with a family member or a friend or just an acquaintance or work, a colleague or whatever. They normally act like themselves and then all of a sudden they're more aggressive or dark or angry. That is energy that has taken control of them and they don't realize that. A lot of time depression is not really depression. It is energy possessing you. But we moving on to the next question because I can talk about that question all day and we do not want this video to be that long. What does it feel like when a psychic medium channels someone? I was just doing a reading and I had to explain in the reading like when you see me, like if I'm talking, just saying, we hanging out or whatever, and I start talking like this, and I'm talking really fast, and I'm trying to get everything out of my mouth, and it's just like, words is moving faster in my mouth, like that, that's when I'm channeling, because these words are not coming from me anymore, they are coming from source, they are coming from me being connected to source. So that channeling is almost like, I won't say possession, because possession gives like a dark undertone to it. But channeling is basically tapping into a certain energy and letting that energy come through you. So it's not technically your energy that's providing the information, but it's the energy that you have allowed to come through you to provide an information, to provide certain information. How does it feel? It doesn't feel weird. I haven't really talked to many people who channel to get their opinion on that, but I feel normal. But I've been doing this for a minute. Maybe I'm used to it. I don't know how it feels. It just feels normal. You don't feel like this, okay, it depends on what energy you're channeling. Like if you tap into certain energies, you may get hot. You may get a hot flash. You may get cold. It's just like certain, it depends on the energy you're tapping into. Certain readers would say they don't like tapping into karmic energies or low vibrational energies because they could literally feel that energy. So I guess you could say that certain energies, you feel them. You literally feel them, and it's not a fun feeling if it's a lower vibrational energy. That doesn't mean you're unsafe or anything, but it's just you are in the energy of that energy, and it don't feel good. So it depends on the energy. Do psychic mediums still fear death? Well, no. If you was talking about tarot readers, maybe, but psychic mediums understand the flow of life and how everything works. And now that I am like fully into my career or job as a psychic medium, I know I have died many times and come back here before because I'm only 26. A lot of this shit I'm not supposed to know. I know this because I was here before, and and when that spiritual awakening is you awakening to your past lifetimes. You are awakening to the truth. So going through my spiritual awakening, I awakened to my past lives, and because I did that, I was able to access information I learned during those past lives. So now I have that information in this current life. So fearing death is not, because death is not the end. My grandma passed away last year, and it hurt me. Like, the shit hurt so bad, but I can still pick up on her energy. And when she was alive, I wasn't able to talk to her that much. Like, I just wasn't. But now, whenever I want to talk to her, I can talk to her. My father passed away when I was still in high school. Whenever I want to talk to him, I can just talk to him now. I don't fear death because death is basically an illusion. I've died many times in this life. That's how I look at death. To completely be stripped of everything you have, materially, physically, emotionally, just to be taken of everything where you feel void, nothing. That is death to me. And I've experienced that a few times, but you have to die in order to be born again. But we're not even going to get on that subject because then I'm going to start bringing up religion and stuff. And like I said, I'm trying to make this video quick so I don't have to edit nothing. But no, death is not the end. Because you will be back. If you don't complete your job, you will be back. Definitely will be back. Is manifestation a real thing? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You speak. Okay, hold on. Wait, before I say that. Okay, remember when we were kids, your parents, your grandparents would always say, watch what you say, or don't say this, or don't say that. They didn't really know why they was telling you not to say these certain things, but they knew that you shouldn't say these certain things. Like, the joke, like, oh, that shit killing me. Like, my grandma used to tell us, don't say that. And I never really understood why until now, because your words create your reality. And that's what manifestation is. The more you are in tune with your spirituality, the more you can manipulate the actual world. Because believe it or not, this is just a fucking simulation. Like, if you on here and you don't believe, because I'm not finna try to explain years worth of shit to you, but it's a simulation. You are, I like looking at this from a game standpoint because I'm a gamer. I love playing video games. Your soul or your spirit, before you were born, your soul or your spirit turned on the Xbox, picked up the controller, said, okay, this is what my character is going to be named. I'm going to give them this attributes, these attributes. They're going to be white, black, orange, purple, or whatever. They're going to live in this neighborhood. You set all that up before you are born. Then you press play. Then you start playing. So once you start that game, your character isn't aware that it's being controlled by your spirit. Your spiritual awakening is you realizing that your character is actually being controlled by a higher power, which is your spirit. Once you realize that, then you are able to basically manipulate the world around you, because now you have the access to access the actual spiritual realm. And as above, so below. So if I say, just like I've been saying let's do this YouTuber thing, for example. When I was younger, I always said I wanted to be a YouTuber. I was like 12, 13, 14. Growing up, like, I want to be a YouTuber. 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 And for years, I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do that. I can try this. I can try that. And I mean, I've been trying for a long time. And it all started with gaming. And me constantly speaking, I'm going to get there one day. I'm going to get there one day. I'm going to get there one day. It's slowly starting to happen. That is me using my words as power, because I am no longer stuck in the simulation. I realize that I am actually in control of my destiny. I am in control of my life. I am in control of what's going on around me. Once you realize that, then you can do whatever the fuck you please. Not morally speaking, because if you fuck up, best believe you gonna get your ass handed to you on the spiritual realm. That's why a lot of people, I don't like teaching certain shit to people, because I have a lot of karmics trying to figure out this information and trying to do this. And this is like, learning this type of stuff is not for you to hurt other people or to have this power trip. It's to make your life easier and to teach others, to help make their lives easier. It's to break generational curses so that your children don't have to go through the same thing you went through. That's what this is for. But like I said, once you break out of the simulation and realize that you are in control of all of this, that's what manifestation is. You literally, your soul is like, okay, I want, and you can't, I don't know, because I ain't got to that point, and I don't want to say nothing is impossible, because a few things I said was impossible in the past and turned out to be possible, so let me not say that. But let's say your soul, they got the controller in their hand. You got a mod list or a cheat list downloaded, and let's say you want more money. You hit the add money button. It manifests into your actual reality if you know and are aware that you are a soul or a spirit connected to that character. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense, because sometimes I don't be making no sense. I'm going to try to stop at 10, because I didn't know this was going to take this long. What does it mean when someone's spiritual journey has stopped? When someone's spiritual journey has stopped, it mostly is because of you haven't passed a certain test. You are repeating certain cycles. So if you feel like you are moving ahead on your spiritual journey, you're making great progress, and then all of a sudden it stops, it's because you are stopping yourself. Your spiritual journey is all about change and growth. When I first started my awakening, before I started my awakening, long ago, I was a Christian. I grew up in the church. I worked in the church, volunteered in the church, all types of stuff. Like, we was a Christian family. As I grew older, I started to see stuff in Christianity that I didn't like. So I'm like, I don't know if I really agree with this. Then when I became an adult, I'm like, no, I'm not a Christian no more. I don't know what I am, but I'm not a Christian. Then I started going through my spiritual awakening. I'm like, I'm not a Christian. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. When I first started going through my spiritual awakening, I'm like, God doesn't exist. It's just the universe, a higher power. And over time, I had to learn and grow. Like, there is more to everything. Like, you have to put the stories together. This God that's in the Bible doesn't exist, but God does exist. That universal energy does exist. There is someone in control of all of us. Like, even if you have your spiritual awakening, you're completely aware of what's going on the outside, in the simulation and outside the simulation, there is still someone in control of everything and in control of you. But once you really come to terms with how life really is and you do things the right way, you gain more control within the simulation. So yeah, examples of I don't want to say examples, but I've seen different tarot readers. Like, my main arguments with these tarot readers on YouTube is like, y'all, they constantly get into it with me and want to argue with me. Like, oh, I'm a better tarot reader than you. No, you're not, because you're stuck as a tarot reader because you think that's all you're supposed to be. That's someone's spiritual journey stopping because they won't think further. You're not going to ascend if you stop right there. Why would you ever stop? It's so much shit to be learned. Why would you ever stop? Why would you let yourself get stuck? So people's spiritual journey stop in order for them to look at themselves and realize, okay, I need to stop. I need to break these toxic cycles. I need to stop these toxic habits. I need to move forward in this. I need to let these people go. I need to stop doing this. Your journey stops so that you are able to move forward. You just can't not, it's impossible. God or whatever higher power you believe in is not going to allow you to continue to ascend if you are stuck in certain cycles, if you are stuck with certain people, and if you are still doing the same shit that kept you in bullshit in the past. So people's journeys stop in order for them to move forward, if that makes sense. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the truth behind the situation. I need some water. Why do I keep forgetting to bring my water? If you believe in the law of attraction, do you believe in premonitions? Do you think the two are, if you believe in if you believe in the law of attraction, do you also believe in premonitions? Do you think the two are related? The law of attraction is basically manifesting, speaking what you want into existence. It depends on the person, because like I said, a lot of people don't think that far and they don't allow themselves to learn more and to know more. But typically speaking, a person who is on their spiritual journey and they are dedicated to growing on their spiritual journey, if you believe in the law of attraction, you definitely believe in premonitions because you've had many premonitions before. Do I think the two are related? In a way, yeah, because they're both considered like it's things within the spiritual sense or realm, or I don't know, topic, and but I don't, yeah, kind of, sort of, because it's like manifestation and premonition, they kind of related, but not technically. They only related because of the spiritual sense. If you feel like there is a way that they are related, then let me know. We could definitely talk about it on my podcast. We'll be doing our Talks on Wisdom Talks. If you would like to do that, I'm gonna try to do that every Tuesday. We're gonna see, but moving right along. As a psychic medium, have you refused to read someone because they were scary? As a psychic medium, I have refused to read a lot of people because I don't want that energy around me and I don't want to feel their energy. For example, I work on Medium Chat. So I had a few people from my past, like they kept trying to prove me wrong or just pick with me and call themselves trolling my job. So I would not do certain readings when I picked up on their energy because it wasn't something that I wanted to do. Why waste my time on doing that? I say this a lot too. You know, in a lot of superhero movies, when people use their powers, their nose start bleeding, they get tired. That's the same thing for psychic mediums. I'm not going to use my abilities for no reason. Because half of the stuff people be asking me, you could just ask, like literally text me, Terrell, what's going on with this? What's happening with this? And if you're supposed to know, you will know. And if you don't, get the fuck out of my business. But have I refused to read somebody because they were too scary? No. No, I'm just answering the question, no. Can we communicate with our inner self or soul? Do we need a medium of a psychic or a spiritualist in order to do so? Based on my previous answers to the previous questions, I hope that you would know that's a whole bunch of hell no. Well, yes, you can communicate with your inner self and your soul, but you don't need somebody else to do so. It's all about meditation and it's all about getting in tune with yourself and practicing, like strengthening your intuition. On top of strengthening your intuition, it is also very extremely important, especially if you highly spiritual, to practice self-love. Like that has to be one of the main staples of your life. I think I'm using that word right, because it's spirit. Everything is in spirit. So you need to be able to discern energy, and you definitely need to be able to discern your energy from someone else's energy. If you spend a lot of time practicing self-love, you spend a lot of time alone and away from other people, you're able to discern different energies, so that it makes it easier to work within the spiritual realm and connect with yourself. But you don't need a psychic medium to help you connect to your inner self, your higher self. That's all what a spiritual awakening is for. Some people, the chosen ones, they are thrown, slingshotted into it, actually. Certain things happen in their life that will make them awaken. People who aren't technically chosen, they still, like, how do I say this? Oh shit, my battery is dying. I gotta hurry up. What was I saying? You don't need a spiritualist or a psychic medium to connect with your higher self, because that's what a spiritual awakening is for. That's what I was going to say. Sometimes those who aren't chosen, it does help to have people who are psychically inclined around them, because that will help trigger an awakening. You don't need to pay a psychic like, oh, help me awaken. No, it doesn't work like that. You awaken from realizing that damn near everything you know is false. That's what causes an awakening. When things start to stop making sense to you, and you're like, hold on, because no, all of this just can't be wrong. All of, like, it makes, when you start to think further than what society is telling you to think, when you start to think outside the box, that's when a spiritual awakening happens. Especially for those religious folks. Like, they think they really spiritual. It happens once you realize that you need to think more than what you are being taught here in church. It's way more to the story than that. But, where are we at? How do I stop my abusive ex-partner from reading my thoughts? You have to learn how to shield and protect your energy. I'm gonna be doing courses in the future on how to do a lot of stuff in spirituality. But there are different meditations where you can do to protect your energy. There are crystals and stones you can buy. There are oils you can use. Because I actually have a rune symbol on my neck, the Augie's rune, which is for protection, I tend to use that rune a lot for protecting my energy. If it's some weird people in my energy, like, I recall all my energy from anybody who is not allowed to have my energy, and I remove any energy that does not belong to me or anybody who is specifically allowed in my energy. I shield and protect my energy from all lower vibrational energies and entities. In Jesus' name, amen. And so it is. Augie's, which is the protection symbol, and Tiwaz, which means victory and success. So it basically seals that. So that's what I do, like cleansing and protecting my energy and recalling my energy. Last question. What was the most profound prophetic dream that you had? I'm going to say 2 of them because these was wild as hell. A long time ago, when I was still living with my psychotic ex, I had a dream that I had fucked up my arm, and it was a zombie apocalypse, and me and him was fighting to survive. And my brother was kind of involved. My younger brother was kind of involved, and it was just a lot of weird shit. Then I fuck up my knee. COVID happens. People start rioting and shit. That was literally what the fucking dream was telling me. I just didn't know how to interpret dreams at the time. It was, okay, I had another one too. It's like, I be having a lot of prophetic dreams, y'all. Shit. Another one was before I moved back to Chicago. I had a dream, like, it was a quick dream. Like, it was just something I remembered out of the dream. I saw the skyline of the city on fire. I'm like, what the fuck? Now that I'm here and a lot of shit that went down, it's like, okay, you move back to Chicago, a lot of bad shit is gonna happen. A lot of bad shit happened when I moved back to Chicago. I shouldn't have brought my black ass back here. Listen, pay attention. It was another one I had where I was on an interstate bridge or something in a car, and a lot of stuff was going down, like some type of apocalyptic type situation, and alarms was going off, and it was letting me know that missiles it was some type of nuclear shit going on. So that, I hope that that's not coming into fruition, but it was some shit going on with Trump where I don't really remember the full story, but it was a lot of stuff regarding warfare and people not being safe. Like, there was some kind of destruction happening. And interesting, I just brought that up. I might have to do a reading on that because it might be something that's going on in the near future or in the far away future. I'm not sure. Interesting. Very interesting. But I'm gonna leave that right there. I tried to speed through these as fast as possible because this is supposed to be like a 15-minute video, and this is well over 15 minutes. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna try to do like, I'm not gonna give you a specific day. I'm just gonna try to do them more often because I have a lot of shit. I got a lot of questions to answer, and these are just old questions. I got new questions and shit that I ain't even wrote down yet. So I'm gonna try to do this more often so I can get more stuff out and like really keep up my content and stuff. But thank you so much for watching and supporting. If you have any questions, spiritual related, metaphysical related, sci-fi related, matrix related, that you would like to know the answer to or you would like to discuss, ask me on my Quora. I will try to leave the link in the description of this video. I be forgetting to do that sometimes. But that's gonna be it for the first Q&A session with Spiritual Tea.